My name is Jason Glatzer. I work for Pokernews, and I also cover the Cash Game Festival for Pokernews. And there's going to be 10 stops, and I plan to be at all 10 of the Cash Game Festival stops, or maybe 11. And yeah, I've been playing poker now for probably 30 years, so getting involved in the industry was fairly natural. I still love the game. I love learning new games. And I live in Lithuania. I have a 5-year-old boy, and I came to Lithuania because I have a Lithuanian wife, and I can work from anywhere around the world. This is actually my 3rd stop in London, and I've also been to Bulgaria as a worker, and I didn't work the event in Tallinn, but of course I didn't want to miss it. Tallinn is a great city, and I came up as a player. I was on the feature table for the first time because I wasn't working. I had a chance to experience the other side of things, and it was a great experience. Well, the Cash Game Festival is, of course, about the non-stop poker action for 5 straight days for 120 hours. And you can play any game that you can think of. For example, I got off work, I wanted to play poker. I wanted to play Sweet and Special, which is not a game you can play just about every day. And all I had to do was go to the organizers and say, let's get a Sweet and Special game going. And within 15 minutes, we had a table full of Sweet and Special. But the Cash Game Festival is not just about poker, it's about the social interaction. It's a social event just as much as it is a poker event. There's great activities at every stop, taking advantage of the best of where the location is that has to offer. For example, just here in London, there was a great tour of, just here in London, we went up into the tower at Queen's Park and went down this crazy slide the other day. And obviously when in the summertime, when a place like Bulgaria, enjoying the sea, enjoying the beach. But it's all about poker, and it's all about the events. And there are people that actually go to every stop, so it's also about family. Reporting the Cash Game Festival versus reporting a tournament is a unique experience. Reporting a tournament is about standing behind the tables and being a fly on the wall and not being a part of the festival, but observing and reporting the festival. And it's about reporting hands, not experiences. The Cash Game Festival is about reporting experiences. It's about meeting as many players as possible. At times it's about making even the players feel a little bit comfortable, but it's getting the story out of the player versus reporting a lot of hands. So from a work aspect, it's a much more enjoyable to work the Cash Game Festival, where I get to talk to people. I'm a very people-oriented person, instead of just trying to blend into the background. I see a great future for the Cash Game Festival. There's plenty of tournament festivals around. Many of them are great. If you're a tournament player, obviously the tournament festivals are great to go to. But if you're a Cash Game player, there's really no options for you until the Cash Game Festival came about. I'm a Cash Game player myself, and I love the fact that there's festivals touring around to different locations, and there's social events as much as there are cash events. Basically, there's a great future for the event because players go from stop to stop. They get to see their friends from previous stops and play against new players at each location, and it builds momentum on each other. One of the great things about the Cash Game Festival is that they feature two televised. One of the great things about the Cash Game Festival is that they feature 2 televised feature tables each and every day. And each feature table may have some professional players, may have some recreational players, but it's a chance for any player to get their time in the spotlight. It's a chance for any player to be able to look back, have a good experience, and also review their hands after a professional commentator is commentating on them. Also, their family and friends can watch them under the spotlights, and it's a great experience. Normally in other types of festivals, It's a feature table that is selected based on who's on the final table, who might be playing with Daniel Negreanu. It's very selective, very elite, and here the everyday person gets a chance to be on the feature table. One of the things that actually makes the Cash Game Festival so special is the social activities. Unlike tournament festivals where there may be social activities, players that are deep in tournaments can't actually take part in them because they need to be playing in the tournament. With a cash game, you can sit down, you can play, there's an activity, you can get up and you can take a break. If you have a great table, you can also decide and keep playing. But to me, it's the social activities which help make a very rounded out experience, and it's what keeps players coming from stop to stop. My expectations for the Cash Game Festival in 2017 are immense. In 2016, the Cash Game Festival went international in 2016 for the very first time, and it was a great success. London twice, in Malta and in Bulgaria. This year, the festival started again back in London. I'm looking forward to the next stop in Slovenia because I've never been there before, and there will be plenty of players from Italy, which I've never played against. I'm looking forward to the stop in Tallinn, which is the home of the Cash Game Festival, and I'm definitely looking forward to the stop in Gibraltar. Repeat visits to Malta and to Bulgaria are also great. Last year the action in both areas was not to be beat. The activities on the sea were great, the meals were great. It's hard to say which would be the best stop because they're all great for their own reason. If you love playing cash games, the Cash Game Festival is right up your alley. Especially if you love playing games outside of just No Limit Hold'em. Very often your local casino is only going to offer No Limit Hold'em. They may offer some Pot Limit Omaha on a limited basis, but it's very difficult in a lot of areas to get some dealer's choice games and to learn new games from people from different cultures.